What happens when a diocese has already given the universal church a pope, but continues to hold a vital, necessary perspective for our future? Today, in episode 13 of our Cardinal-to-be series, we are journeying to Argentina to look at the Archbishop of Buenos Aires, Jorge Ignacio García Cuerva, and exploring why both history and the need for global representation make him a compelling candidate for a red hat. Hi, I'm Leander, the Collegial Catholic. Welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in. If you appreciate a warm, fear-free approach to understanding the structures and the future leadership of our church, I'd love for you to join our growing community by hitting that subscribe button. Let's dive straight into this week's analysis. To fully grasp the significance of Archbishop García Cuerva's leadership, we first need to look at the unique reality of his archdiocese. Buenos Aires is a massive, complex center of the church in the global south. And here's a beautiful detail about Archbishop Cuerva's background that gives us a window into his pastoral style. His ministry is defined by a profound synthesis of learning and lived experience. Alongside his extensive academic formation, holding degrees in theology, history, and canon law, he spent years ministering deeply embedded in the Vías Miseria, the poorest neighborhoods of Buenos Aires. He brings together deep academic insight and a grounded, everyday reality. It's exactly this kind of holistic ministry that builds true communion across diverse social landscapes. So, let's look at the macro. Why do I believe Archbishop García Cuerva will be created a cardinal in Pope Leo XIV's first Consistory? There are two key structural reasons. First, we have to look at tradition and historical precedent. There's an unwritten but very real pattern in the church where the successor in a see, previously led by a man who is now Pope, eventually receives a red hat. We saw this exact dynamic play out in Buenos Aires when Archbishop Mario Poli was elevated shortly after Cardinal Bergoglio became Pope Francis. Elevating the current Archbishop is a structural way for Rome to honor the ongoing legacy of that local flock. Second, different perspectives are absolutely vital if we want a true representation of the global church. The College of Cardinals is meant to be a mirror of the universal faithful. If we only elevate voices from familiar, established centers of influence, we miss out on the complete picture. Now, the micro. This is what true synodality looks like in action. Creating Archbishop Cuerva a cardinal would have a profoundly positive effect on synodality in the universal church. Synodality means walking together, but you can only walk together if everyone actually has a seat at the table. By bringing his specific, socially grounded Argentine perspective into the highest levels of advisory leadership, it ensures that the global church's decisions are shaped by a wider range of lived experiences. So, what does a potential cardinal from Buenos Aires mean for you in your local parish? Archbishop Cuerva's profile reminds us that our local communities desperately need different perspectives to be whole. It is incredibly easy to surround ourselves with people who think and practice exactly like we do, but true collegiality challenges us to actively listen to the voices in our parish that come from different backgrounds or see things from a different angle. I'm curious, as always, to hear your reflections. How can our local parishes do a better job of valuing different perspectives to create a more listening, synodal community? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to reading your insights and joining the conversation. Stay collegial, stay fear-free. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!